Hello everybody and welcome back to another vlog. I should close this door. Why do I never do this before the episode begins? I don't know. Right. So yeah, I actually now don't. Oh yeah, I want to close off a couple of series. Yeah, I want to close off Skyrim and Halo Combat Evolved. Because technically, Halo isn't that bad to close off. I don't think, because you can technically walk up any other walkthrough on any other channel, which is technically better than what I did. I also just looked back at the video I did yesterday. Not yesterday, it was the day before that, I think. I'm not sure. It was uploading all through the night, and then I get up in the morning, 20% done. Yay. I think the Wi-Fi turned itself off, which is quite annoying. So anyway. Yeah, I want to bring that to a close, as well as, what was the other one? Yeah, Skyrim. Skyrim is slightly different because I actually was using Skyrim to write a book, which would explain slightly more of what actually happens, even though the book is only sort of based on it. Skyrim is almost like the just slight beginning part of it. It doesn't really start the same, it doesn't have the same story. Well, technically Skyrim doesn't have a story. Your main objective is kill the dragons, which you don't actually do. You kill the main dragon or whatever, something like that. So technically, this one, it adds slightly more to the story of, there's actually... Is my tablet falling? I can't tell. I think it's falling. I'm going to push this just against it. There. That should hold it. Anyway, so then there's also, there's gonna be like another villain, which I'll have to come up with a name for, and some other people in like a group or whatever. And this guy is the person bringing back the first dragon, which brings back everyone else, and and then that. And then Gaunt also gets a companion, which this time is male instead of female, like Lydia. Lydia probably will show up, but not as a companion. Probably ending up being someone who looks after his house or something like that. Gordon also was planned to have a bigger house, but in the end, the house I ended up... it didn't actually get him the house, and that's kind of an annoying thing. But the house I was going to get him was the... What was it called? I don't remember what it was called. It was the one in Whiterun. I now actually don't remember some of the names of the places. That's really weird. I used to be able to memorize these. So yeah, it was the house in Whiterun. Fully upgraded. I was going to try and use a cheat, which I had found out. Which is like where you don't have to have a slow motion shout, but you can. And it's the slow motion shout. And what you do is you accept the house, then you go over to so you wait for them, or you find the nearest area you can store something, talk to the person, buy the house, using the slow motion shout, you then go and open the, chest or whatever, and store all your money inside it. And then what happens is you get the house, because technically I'm assuming this will happen, it realizes that the money is now gone from your inventory. So what happens is it kind of tricks the game into thinking that you've given the money to the person, and yeah, so then you get the key to the house and you can just pick up your money, which is really quite useful. That then means that I could have got Gordon his house, which would have been in... What was it called? What was it? It was that one near the dragon that I had to fight. I would say it was the second one we had to fight, which was... with that woman from the wardrobe. Don't remember what her name was. Began with D. Delphine, something like that. That area, that was going to be Gordon's house, because then that area has also the cupboards like that, where you can open them up and they got like secret rooms, which I thought would have worked much better. In the end, I decided to try and change that, and Yeah. Using Gordon's help, it was honey something. I swear it was something like honey house or something like that. I don't think it was honey house, but you know what I mean. And yeah, and that house was then gonna be his, and I was more planning to have Gordon getting married, and then that would lead into Fallout. But in the end, since I never really wanted to get Gordon into a relationship on Skyrim, it wouldn't make sense if in Skyrim he didn't have a relationship, and then in the book he had a relationship. It just didn't seem to make sense. So in the end, I've tweaked both the stories so that Fallout. I then planned for Fallout to have. He would have met someone there and fallen in love. But then I changed that again recently, of it now being that Sean is not his son. It is a child he is looking after because his mum died from something. I'm not going to really say exactly what she died of, but she died after giving birth. Not immediately, but, soon after. She knew this was going to happen, so she wanted to put Sean somewhere. Gordon accepted for Sean to come and live with him. That's why Gordon said that he would look after Sean, and yeah, I keep looking over towards something I might show you guys in this episode, which is something I'm really looking forward to try and make, and I'll probably wear them during these videos. I'm probably not going to show you in this one, actually. I'm also working on a new series that I should start writing a little bit more on. A little Spanish booklet, which is quite useful. It's got these little squares so you can design out areas. And it has Lego inside. Right, awesome. Where was it? I had two failed designs where I was trying to put a Firefly thruster on the back, but it just ended up not matching well with the rest of it. I also designed this. I don't have the paper with me right now, but I actually came up with the idea during a maths lesson. This was like the first time maths actually came in handy with saying, and it was a bit of paper where I just simply had to draw stuff that would link together. I used kites. So it's that kind of thing. I might have it, but I don't think I do. It's in the house somewhere. So yeah. I am also working on a new background picture for the channel, where I need to colour that in, finish off Rico's new grapple from Just Cause 3, and I think that should fit. The bottom N7, which isn't coloured in, that was the better one, but then realised that it wouldn't fit on the screen because the screen's not that big, and I made it like that big, so you know what I mean. Also, the book is quite big that I'm using here, so I can only see, like, I don't know, 4/5 of the screen. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening, like, underneath. Like, this is about as high as I can see, on the screen. So, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, this is what I came up with. Simply following the way that I came up with using kites, and just simply linking each one together, with no gaps, I did end up making quite a cool little shape. So, I'll try and find a better picture. Here. So that is the basic shape of it. What you end up with is one kite up here, and then you have other ones going down. This would be like the back bit of one of the kites, so the pointy bit. Here where it's a bit smoother. And these bits were a little bit more like thruster shapes. They were like that, and then then they would link onto the rest of the ship. So I came up with, using this, the two sides were meant to be used as the thrusters, and the back bit wasn't meant to have anything on it. But when you turn it into Minecraft and it ends up looking like this, as small as you can make it, you can't use those sides as thrusters because they match perfectly with the rest of it. So instead, the back just simply became that bit. I do need to go over all of this, but you do just get the layout on it. So here you got the flight deck. It's an odd number, which makes it kind of annoying, but I suppose it has to do. And you got the small corridor, my bedroom, and Dr. Limmer's bedroom. The living area, two 2 ladders down into the cargo bay, and the air room. I think it says O2. So yeah, the air room, which is self-explanatory, it makes the air, and the weapons room, and obviously the engines room. Dr. Limmer probably spends most of his time here and here through the series. I spend most of my time there and probably in the cargo bay, which is there. The big scribbled out black bit is because I realised that that's where the airlock is, and yeah. There are really no pictures of it from the side. Oh, and I also did start designing a Starbug from Red Dwarf. You can get a similar idea of what it looks like from the top there with the NJ symbol. That's what the NJ symbol looks like in Minecraft. With a small airlock on the top, which is just there. I don't think that actually is on the interior. Might have one ladder going up, one ladder going down. Technically, that is kind of a disadvantage because I suppose there's only one way for anyone to come in and out, but easy way to trap them is trap them for any enemies. I don't know. I like to think of tactics as well when designing ships, like I would. Anyway, so yeah. Also, the Starbug, as I said, these images were so hard to find. You have to go onto the internet, search Starbug deck layouts, and go into the web page that they're on. Otherwise, you can only find 2 floors. That's the top one. So that's where, with the bedrooms, that's what C1 and C2 stands for. Cabin 1, cabin 2. You got the shower room, some stairs everywhere. And then you got the living area, which takes up 2 pages. And the engine room and cargo bay. I don't know what else there is in here. Yeah, there's the little Explorer shuttle, which was another one I drew. Again, done from triangles, but this time it's like, and I'm just trying to put this. Maybe 2, wait. 1 there. 1 there, 1 there. Wait. 1. Probably like 4 or 5, maybe just 4. But somewhere along those lines. And you end up with a small 1-man shuttle, which shows various different angles of it. Those 2 are from these 2 here are from the side. This one's from the front. And when I was trying to figure out how big the white box is from... Oh, there's nothing on that one. Oh yeah, I ripped out the other page. That one took me way too long to draw it from the top to figure out how many blocks big it was. So yeah, basically that series is going to be called Kite, which is really all about me and Dr. Limmer in starting off in the white box, which is that ship I've mentioned now a few times. Is that ship from the Minecraft Halo episodes. I am actually going to delete that edited video and do another one based in the same kind of points, but probably not based in the same point, but instead using the actual one to go and yeah. So instead, this one will be slightly more polished, I think. And since I haven't upgraded this one, it will be fine to keep it like that. And I'll probably do a new one. It should be better because I rushed the other one. Because what happened with that one was I did a really good one. It was perfect. I thought it was absolutely perfect for the episode and the way it was. But then, after apparently I uploaded it and it failed on its upload, I didn't realise and deleted the video that was saved on the computer and my tablet. Meaning there were no backups. Next week, I did an episode of Minecraft, went on to find out which episode number it was, bang, that video wasn't there, and I then realised my mistake. I then rushed to do another episode of it to replace that one, and then it just didn't go well, because I rushed it and I hadn't fixed everything up yet. To be honest, I still haven't. And I still haven't fixed the weather machine. I just built a wall in front of it. So yeah, I am probably going to do another video on that, but this time on the PlayStation. instead. Like, if I can download the world through to the PlayStation. I don't know if that's possible, and I'm really hoping it is. Because that map is, I don't know, it's quite a special map to me. Because it was the first one I ever made, and it's got quite a lot of the stuff I really like. As well as Dr. Limmer is meant to be the main area for the DHT. It's everything, it's the start of everything. And I don't want to lose that map, so I want to transfer it from the Xbox into the PlayStation when I get PlayStation Minecraft. For now, it has to stay on there, and for now, also Minecraft won't be going on, but it will come back. The kite takes place on where we have launched this new one into space, the white box into space, to go and explore a little bit. We go over to Jupiter, onto a small area where we know is solid. Because Jupiter, you would actually fall straight through it. Not much of it is solid. I think you end up falling through pretty much all of its surface and eventually hit the core or some sort of really hot liquid or something. So we find out there's a small bit that's slightly solid. So we go and land on there. Thing is that now we're so low down, we can't get back out of the atmosphere. The white box doesn't have thrusters or anti-gravity. It has a jump. Well, technically it has thrusters as well, but it technically jumps out of the atmosphere. It jumps a bit and the thrusters take it up. Thing is, Dr. Limmer tells us we can't make that jump. We're too low down and the thrusters aren't powerful enough to get away from Jupiter's gravity. So instead, we end up finding a area where they have a base, and this will then tie in slightly with Firefly for them looking for a new solar system to live in. We ask them to link one of their ships to ours to fly us out of the atmosphere. Deal is, we go with them. That won't be too bad because we can turn around at any point and fly back to Earth. We only have the one stasis pod, so that does mean that we have to switch. Constantly always share, but you know, you've seen how big those stasis pods are. That it's a one-man pod. It's not very comfortable with two people. It's very squashed. Not very squashed. You know what I mean? It's really, you can't fit. Only one person can, and one average sized person can fit in there. Dr. Limmer is bigger than me, so we can't both fit in there. So anyway, so we decide to go with them since they are slightly faster than us as well, at their max speed. Technically though, in space, it doesn't matter, because really you just keep speeding up and you leave your thrusters on in space and you just end up shooting at like the speed of light eventually, because there's nothing to slow you down. The thing with how we measure speed is because there's friction included, and in space there's nothing to cause friction, unless there's a big rock in the way and you hit that. That's a lot of friction then. So yeah, but that's not very common, so really we're not worried about drifting too much, apart from getting lost. Since also our ship doesn't have a very good navigation system. They're not really updated and they're really only charted for Earth's solar system. So one day, when keeping an eye on the ship whilst Dr. Limmer was technically asleep in the stasis pod, I fall asleep at the flight thing. Well, I want to call it a flight deck, but it's not because it's just the same room. So anyway, I fall asleep. Something happens when I wake up and Dr. Limmer wakes up. The ships aren't there. The series comes in after this point whilst we've been floating around for about a day or so. We're starting to run a little bit low on food and water. Though we have managed to find a solar system now, with 2 planets. 1 planet and a moon. I don't know why I said 2 planets, but technically they're both planets. We go ahead and try to land on the planet. Something happens, we crash. I was designing the thing, so I was planning to call like the ship's AI, VI or whatever, Jane, which would then be actually played by my mum, but have like 3 lines. I think, they're not calling me. So yeah, but after we crash, we then find a new ship called which is, yeah, the one I showed you in here. Both of them actually, because one of them is a little shuttle which lands underneath, it like links on, and the other one is the main ship. So I don't know what to call the little pods. I just called it Explorer ship. Well, it's more Explorer shuttle, but anyway. and the other one is called the Kite. And we find the Kite. It's got anti-gravity systems, which will be the first ship that we ever have which has anti-gravity, as well as a few advanced tracking systems, weapons, shields, and thrusters. Eventually find out why there is no one on this planet and it's all wrecks. Something else is there. It will probably turn out to be zombies or something like that, but using a texture pack to make them look slightly different. Probably not actually. I think I'll try and base it all in the same texture pack, because otherwise things change, and obviously Dr. Limo will change with each texture pack. So anyway, this will not actually be the original Dr. Limo. Dr. Limo never really leaves his lab, so technically it's not him, it's different ones. But anyway, you probably guessed that. So yeah, so then we take off and fly off away with not a massive amount of fuel, and that's probably where the episode ends. Next episodes and episodes after that, but I haven't really planned. But there's gonna be ones where we're boarded by these creatures again, probably the zombies, and yeah, we're attacked. But through most of the scenes, the reason I said Dr. Lim will mostly either show up in the engine room or in the dining room, is that I only then need to take him through one room. It'll be the same NPC, just taken between ships. And we'll have ones for other versions. And eventually, the reason there's a Starbug design as well is because we find a Starbug. This one will probably end up being a slight reference to Red Dwarf, with there being... And how many... I'll probably have to come up with how many... This will be probably from an alternate version of Series 7, where you will find... No, Series 6? Yeah. Where instead, we find... 2 skeletons. Dr. Lim says he finds a robot, a wreckage of a robot, and I find a weird pod, like that big. These will end up being references to Red Dwarf, as in the 2 skeletons, Cat and Lister, the robot parts, Crichton, and the small pod as Rimmer, because Rimmer's a hologram. So in the end, we take the ship after venting basically all these things out. This will be probably based again in a different dimension where they didn't survive. We then get back to Earth, unlike they did, with also towing along probably a wrecked version of the Kite, and we use that one to go along. And yeah, actually, just like what happened in the series, I'm going to slow down what the virus told Lister on how to upgrade the engines to Starbug. And instead, we'll slow it down and have Dr. Limmer tell you to it. Also, just to say, because I realised my voice obviously has changed since... Because I was using Dr. Limmer's voice at one point, I thought, this doesn't sound right. I'm doing the exact same voice, but it doesn't sound correct. It's obviously because my voice is changing. You look back to the beginning of when I started this channel, it's me now, you'll definitely notice my voice has changed. I'm telling you, only need to go back to the beginning. So yeah. Halo episode 1, what's it called? Halo 4. That is the one where, yeah, everything is like that. I want to know, how do you turn the series the other way around so you have the newest episode first? Because I always have to scroll down, which is kind of annoying, because when you have, like, lots of episodes, you got to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And, I don't know, I would prefer it the other way around, so if you want to see like the latest episode, you can just click up there. I am just constantly trying to work on my channel, but not constantly, because I don't check it much, but anyway, so yeah, that's going to be something that should come out soon, and I'm also going to be going over the Travellers, and probably a unique vlog, not unique, but its own vlog, which I'll probably do later, or tomorrow. So yeah, so probably I would have liked to have done... Skyrim is going to have a review. I am going to record, just like this, a review, then film an episode of Skyrim, not an episode, depending on how long the thing needs to go on for. I'll then set a timer so I know when to stop filming. And that way I might be able to do a little bit more on that. And then also put some... because I've got an editing app, it doesn't actually allow me to edit the upload the video straight to YouTube, but I can set up my tablet again and film it from the computer. Thing is, I've got to grow the screen before the video finishes loading in, because if not, then when you grow it, it ends up being all pixely, and that was the problem with my the trailer. But the thing was that everything spawned so far along that it did usually end up meaning you had to know where it was going to appear. And I suppose with just blank images, it's okay, but I don't know. The trailer was really good, and it's a shame I couldn't upload it. It had like On Top of the World and things like that. I'll try doing another one, and I'll try filming it, or if I can't film it, I wanted it to, I'll show you in the big screen with its pixely version. It won't be great, but it'll be the best I could do. So, I'll let you know then. I'll probably put also the description of the trailer. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'll do a vlog on the Travellers. I'll technically do a vlog on Skyrim's review, but I'll have it overlapped with a gameplay, so you can see what's happening on the gameplay and hear my voice in the background, which will be quite good. Try not to go too much off topic. And Halo will probably stop right here, because the last, as I said, I watched the video back and it's absolutely terrible. You can barely hear myself, and that is weird on this tablet. Usually I can hear myself fine, but the amount of times I had to re-edit this stand because I put the tablet upside down. Meaning I can't reach the off button to turn it off. So yeah. Anyway, so thanks for watching. See you all later. Bye. It didn't work. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.